Hey, Shalom. First, I'll let you give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kwakadash, Yahweh, who the word really calls God, Yahweh Shah, who the word really calls Jesus. I want to give a double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, who are starting the truth. I want to give a peace and blessings to the Akim across the four corners of the earth who teach this truth and rest of life to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Lord willing, the video is edifying. Lord willing, I can get something from this video. Quick video, man. Basically, I'm going to get this video is going to be about a dream I had a couple of days ago. I was telling Akim, and one of the bros was like, hey, man, make a video on that. You know, the brother talks about, he was like, make a video on that, man. And, you know, so you know what, I will, you know, so here it is. A couple of days ago, I had this dream, but I'm going to tell you what happened leading up to the dream. I'm getting over like this cold, I had a cold or whatever. Like my nose was fucking runny. You know, I was congested, throat was hurting, shit like that. The shit was beating my ass all day, right? And, you know, I don't get good sleep as it is, like a quality sleep as it is, right? So, you know, adding like a cold on top of that, you know what I'm saying? You can just imagine. So, you know, I'm in the bed and shit, and I'm telling my woman, I'm like, listen, man, because I was going through sleep paralysis, you know, bad. Like, that's been happening lately, too. But I'm like, hey, man, if you feel me, like, wiggling, you know what I mean? Like, if you feel that I'm trying to wake up, but I can't wake up for whatever reason, like, shake me or, you know, like, gently, like, try to wake me up, you know, I'm going through, like, my body sleep, but my mind not, you know. And she was like, okay, cool. So, you know, I'm falling in and out of sleep and shit, and mind you, I'm sick, right? So, you know, I'm hopping up, you know, before the sleep paralysis thing hopped in, I'm hopping up, running to the bathroom, spitting out mucus and shit, right? But I'm in the bed, so, you know, sleep paralysis hit me, and I ended up getting out of it, you know, cool, you know, it was cool, but I really couldn't go to sleep, you know? So I ended up going to sleep, and I had a dream, man. And I don't remember the whole dream, but I remember specific parts of the dream. So I'll just get the specific parts that I do remember. So it was me and three of the Akim from the Northern Kingdom in our camp, and they had us in like a facility, man. They had us in like I don't know if it was like jail, I don't know what the fuck, a prison, I don't know what it was, man, but they had us like, I knew it was some type of like facility, some type of prison type facility or whatever. So they had us in a facility, but they had us separated between two dorms. So they had the Southern Kingdom dorm over here, and they had the Northern Kingdom dorm right across the way, right? So at random selection, the guards will throw, for instance, the guards would throw an Issacharite in the Judite dorm, and a Judite in the Issacharite dorm, and you would have to survive for like an hour in the dorm, right? And I guess like the guards wanted to see blood. I don't know what the fuck or whatever. But I'm like, okay, cool. Like, all right. So in context, right? In jail, actual jail. I've never been in jail, but in actual jail, from what I've heard, you know, Judah or the Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom don't get along at all. As a matter of fact, in jail, the whites and the Latinos are partnered against the blacks, okay? In jail, in actual jail, right? So in a dream, it was like that. So it was a particular guy in the dorm, in the Northern Kingdom dorm, who was like a bloody man, bro. Like this guy was like a bloodthirsty type of dude. He had a demon on him, man. And he was in the head. He was in charge, the head of the Northern Kingdom dorm, and he was in charge of doing hits and sending hits, mostly sending hits, but he'll do it himself if he didn't feel like the job was, you know, if he felt like he had to do the job, he wouldn't hesitate to do the job. But for whatever reason, this, you know, particular guy had it out for me for whatever reason. I don't know what the fuck, but he was like, he had it out for me so bad that like he couldn't wait till I came in the dorm. You know what I'm saying? He like, man, I can't wait till he get over here. He gonna be the first one I get. He was trying to kill me. You know what I mean? And I don't know if he thought I did something or said something or whatever it was. I don't know what the fuck he thought I did. But, you know, nonetheless, he was trying to get me out of there, right? So I got wind of this. Like I think one of the bros had told me he had it out for me or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm literally trying to not go in their dorm. And before I knew the bros was in there, I think that I wasn't trying to. I just knew how like the tension was between, you know, the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom. I knew how the tension was, and I knew I didn't want to go in there, being that we had an hour to survive in a dorm. Like that shit was like, you know. So I'm trying to and they were choosing Jakes. You know, they were choosing Jakes at random selection. So I'm trying to, you know, be in the back and shit, you know, hiding and all that, and I end up getting caught. I end up getting chose to go to the Northern Kingdom dorm, right? So now I'm like, oh shit, right? The guy that's you know, the head of the Northern Kingdom dorm, he got it out for me specifically. Like, I'm gonna have to fight, I don't know, 50, 60 Issacharites, man. I'm the only Judite in this joint. Like, man, what the fuck, man? Why would the guards got it out for me? Like, this shit crazy. Cause, you know, they like, yeah, throw his ass in there, you know? And he like, yeah, bring him over here, right? So you had the head demon in the Issachar dorm, and then you had a second in command demon behind the head demon who was just as bloody, but he was more calm. And then, you know, I don't think the Akim had any specific rank in the dorm or whatever, right? So I ended up getting chose to go into the Issacharite dorm. But before I go in there, one of the bros in the camp was like, hey, bro, the dude said that the dude that got it out for you said he wasn't going to kill you. He going to keep it holy. And I'm like, okay. He said, yeah, he said he was going to keep it holy. You know what I mean? He told us to tell you. He said he ain't going to kill you because you a man of principle. You know, you a man of, you know, a morale, and you're a man of principle. And I'm like, okay, cool. But me in a dream, I'm still not trusting it. Like, I'm like, man, I don't know. I don't know. It sound cool, but I hope he really meaning what he say. You know what I mean? Because nonetheless, I knew it was going to be me and the Akim verse 50, 60 Issachar. However, it was a lot of Issacharites in that dorm. I don't know if it was 50, 60, 70. I don't know, but it was a large amount. We were outnumbered by a long shot, right? So I know it's going to be me and the Akim, which will make 4 of us versus all these, you know, Issacharites in this joint. You know what I'm saying? That if shit do end up going left. So we ended we in the dorm or whatever, and I'm sitting on a concrete bench, and the bench is 2-way. So it's so you got the back area on the, it's like a long bench. You got a back area on the bench, and then you got on the other side of the bench, it's the same back area that we share. If you could imagine it, you know what I mean? So it's a bench, and they got one, for your back, it's just one thing you have to share with the people that's sitting behind you, but you know, you have your own seat, right? So I hope that makes sense, but that's what it was in the dream, right? So next to me, you had the second demon that was in the Issachar dorm. You had him, and then next to him, you had the rest of the Akim that was on the bench. We all was sitting on the bench, right? So the head demon, you know, the Issacharite dude, that was a killer in the Issacharite dorm, or the Northern Kingdom dorm, he kept looking at me at the corner of his eye, just looking, you know. And I'm like, I'm not trusting it. I'm like, man, this motherfucker, I don't know if he gonna, you know, stand on his word or not. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trusting nothing, but I know what the Akim told me. You know what I mean? But I'm talking to the second in command. I'm like, hey, bro, look. I'm like, man, what's up with dude, bro? You know, man, I sure I'm straight. Basically, I was like, man, I sure I'm you sure I'm straight? And the second, you know, the second guy that was in power in the Northern Kingdom dorm, he was like, man, your boys already told you was good. You know what I'm saying? Basically, nigga, stop being weak-minded. You know what I'm saying? Your boys already told you was good. You know what I'm saying? Don't be coming to me asking me, is you good, when I already told you good. I'm like, damn, all right. I'm like, bro, I'm just saying, bro. You know? Man, I'm just saying, bro. You know, so he yeah, man, you straight. So he ended up getting up and walking away. So me and the Akim were sitting closer together now, you know. So I'm like looking at the ground, but as I look up, you had two Issacharites in front of me get like stabbed. I'm talking about like they back, they side, they stomach, they like arm, they back pockets, like the hamstring area, like they getting filleted in this motherfucker. Like, you know, and mind you, you got to survive an hour in this dorm. You know what I'm saying? So you getting filleted and they getting filleted in the joint, and it's right in front of me. Like if I lean forward and reach out, I could damn near touch them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, damn, like, you know, I'm like, damn, like, so when they got done, when the two dudes got done, because the head guy that had it out for me ended up calling that hit. So when they end up, you know, stabbing the two people that was in front of me, I'm sitting there like, oh shit. Like I'm looking at the bros like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So the dudes that end up, you know, acting out the hit, they was so like fucked up in the mind that they was like, yeah, I already know I'm going to the hole. I already know I'm going, like, it's going to be consequences for us doing this hit. Fuck it. Like they went to the guards and was like, come on. I already, you know, I prepared to go where y'all going to take me before, you know, before we did the hit. You know, I'm like, oh, so they really with it like that. I'm like, okay, this shit crazy. So I can't remember what happened to the two dudes that ended up getting stabbed. I don't know if they like collapsed or died. I can't really remember. But they ended up like leaving the scene. I don't know if they got drugged off the scene. I can't really remember. But it was another fight had broke out or whatever. So I ended up standing up and I ended up putting my back against the wall where the dudes ended up getting stabbed at. Like, so they wasn't there. So I ended up putting my back against the wall like, okay, well, you know, if anybody, you know, try me, because this fight's happening all throughout this motherfucker. But me and the Akim ain't have to touch nobody. We ain't get touched. But I still got my back against the wall like, okay, like push gonna shove, I'm gonna grab somebody, you know what I'm saying, and use them as a human shield, like, you know what I'm saying, and make sure, you know, I don't get hit and, you know, make sure the bros is good too, you know. But I didn't have to do none of that. So the guards was yelling like, stop, stop, stop. And, you know, they wouldn't stop, bro. And I think it's either the second in command in that dorm or the first guy ended up getting shot and the bullet like flew through his neck and he ended up dying. Right? But I can't remember if it was the first guy or the second guy I was talking to that was on the bench that told me like, you were straight. Your boy said you were straight. You know, but I just know one of them ended up getting popped. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit. So all this shit is happening right in front of me, bro. Like all this shit right in front of me and the Akim, all this shit is happening. But I end up surviving like the hour. I don't know if I end up surviving a whole hour or they let me go after like 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Because I end up, soon as they broke up the little thing that they had, the little fight that they had in the Northern Kingdom dorm, the guards grabbed me and threw me back in the Judite dorm, which was right across the hallway. You know what I mean? So they threw me back in the Judite dorm, and I'm like, oh shit, like, you know. So Jake and they're asking me what happened, what was it like, you know, because they haven't been in there yet. And I'm like, I don't think I could even speak to them. I think I was just sitting down, shaking my head, man, like, what the fuck is going on, you know? And I think the Akim ended up being good, like nobody got touched, like we didn't get touched or nothing like that, right? So I ended up waking up, right? And I looked at the clock and it was 4:41. You know what I mean? Like the clock, it was 4:41 in the morning. I ended up waking up and I looked at and the clock right next to my bed, it said 4:41, man. And I was just like, that's beautiful, man. It was a great, it made me feel, it was a great feeling. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like the Lord got me, you know? And at first I was thinking the dream was like, oh, it's small, like it ain't really significant, you know? So as I was telling, you know, one of the bros, they was like, nah, bro, like, you know, you was delivered, man. And the fact that the dude said he was going to keep it holy, you know what I mean? And he was, you know, a demon showed that the Lord was with you. And the bros, you know, y'all came out untouched. And when I woke up, the clock was 4:41, you know. Scripture said that, we're going to be protected in the times to come. And in the times to come, it's finna get wild. You know, I saw a video today where, you know, ICE is grabbing Issacharites up, man, and putting them on buses and who knows, where these people, are going, you know what I mean? Or what's happening to these people and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers is getting snatched up. I know where I'm at. I live in a predominantly Issacharite area in the state I'm in. And, just probably 10 minutes down the street, man, they're protesting all kind of shit. They in the middle of the street. They protesting, and they blocking off streets. A bunch of Issacharites blocking off the streets. People can't drive through. And it's wild, man. It's fucking wild. You know what I mean? But these are the things to come. More shit like this is going to come. People, are going to get, snatched. These motherfuckers going to come in houses and all that. And eventually, it's going to come down to us. You know what I mean? But the Lord said, that he'll make a way for us to escape. Okay? And that's what we got to have faith in. The Lord said, what? If you faint-hearted, then you will not be defended. You know what I mean? So it's not a coincidence that I had that dream. It's not a coincidence that, it's not a coincidence that, that when I woke up, I looked at the clock and it was 4:41. You know what I mean? But before that, I couldn't even, I'm having sleep paralysis and all that shit. You know what I mean? But as soon as I end up having that dream, I wake up to that time. Like, it's not a coincidence, man. You know what I mean? If anything, it's a faith booster. You know what I mean? And mind you, I'm not a brother that really get dreams like that, man. I don't really get a lot of dreams like that. And the dreams I do get don't really be about shit, But this particular dream with that time that I seen and the fact that I had trouble sleeping all night, but I was able to wake up at the drop of a dime and look at the clock. Sometimes I look at the clock and it was 4:41. That was beautiful, man. It was beautiful. And it's a reminder, to myself and Akim, like, the Lord is not unrighteous to forget our labor of love, man. And, and scripture say, what, cast not away your confidence, will have a great recompense and reward, man. We got to keep, and I'm talking to myself first and foremost, we got to keep the faith and keep pushing. You know what I mean? We have demons that fuck with us. You got mental demons. You got, demons that's fucking with you while you sleep, man. I had demons fucking with me that whole night. I'm in and out of sleep. I'm waking up rebuking thoughts. Like, it's a fight. It's a fight. But the Lord said, hold what ye have, until he come. You know what I mean? The Lord willing, man. I say this in the humblest way, man. Lord willing, I could continue to push this truth and stay in the truth, and Lord willing, man, I end up, getting delivered in the times to come and getting saved out of the said perils, man. And me and my household, man. Okay, same thing with you, Akim, man. That's sincere and really pushing this thing and, doing this thing in truth and sincerity. You know what I mean? We just got to hang on, man. This is all we got. We don't have, the world is not on our side, man. Your family, they if they're not in the truth, they in the world, man. The world got them. You know what I mean? You got to remember that the world got them. Your family is the ones that's in this truth, man. That's what it is. We got each other, man. We got the Lord. We got Yahweh Shai, man. The Lord willing, we can continue to keep pushing, man. Until this bitch burn, man. So with that, man, Lord, when the video's edifying on me, Akim got something from this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kwakadash. I want to tell you brothers, keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.